Hello, my name is Isa Martinez. Today is July 24th, 2026. This is my assigned prompt. So my prompt is asking me to demonstrate the difference between declared type and runtime type in the context of dynamic dispatch slash runtime polymorphism. So to briefly explain, declared type refers to the type that precedes the variable when it is declared. That means that the variable is fixed at compile time and it determines which methods can be called on it with the dot operator. An example we can see here is we declare our products array being declared of type product. So in comparison, right, runtime type refers to a class object declared with new. So instead, it is determined when the object is constructed, and it can differ from the declared type if there is inheritance. So an example of that would be like all the way down here in our um add it could be here in our add DVD to inventory. As you can see, we're declaring it with the runtime type of DVD. So the object in the products array at I is going to be assigned with DVD. It's going to be assigned with the DVD runtime type. So that idea is called the dynamic dispatch or runtime polymorphism. So the idea is like when the program is running, the Java virtual machine, the JVM, is going to resolve the call by the overridden call by looking at the actual object instead of its declared type. So we can demonstrate this behavior first, obviously looking at the array, the products array declaration in main. And like I said earlier, because we both our DVD and our CD class structures are extending the product class, and they're also overriding its toString method, as you can see here. Um, like when this for each loop runs down here in the display inventory method, um, when that for each loop runs, the JVM is going to look at the runtime type of the P product of the P object of type product. Even though it's of type product, it's going to look at that runtime type to correctly call the right toString method, right? And we're going to run it to verify that behavior. And so first we're just going to create two objects, a CD and a DVD. We're just going to make them the same as my sample data. So just give me a second to input these. One second. And then that's the CD. And then we're going to create a DVD. Again, the same sample data that we used. And there you go. Okay. So now we're going to view the inventory. And as you can see, the even though the loop variable is of type product, the different fields were displayed depending on the actual runtime type of variable P, whether it be DVD or CD. So, and then if we go back down here to display inventory and we add, oh, I miss it right here. If we declare a variable of type product and then assign it with one of the objects in the array. Oh, sorry. We'll just do one of the objects in the array, and then try to like print it. Like basically, what we're trying to do is trying to get it to print the product toString method instead of the one of the DVD or CD toString methods, right? Because what we're doing here is just like assigning one of the objects or to the to this uh reference variable of type product, and then we're trying to print it, that reference variable. That reference variable's toString method. What we're trying to do is get that toString method to be the one of the product class, which is down here. Right? Obviously, this is not gonna work because, like I said, it's, it's gonna be resolved by the JVM. Right? The JVM is gonna do all the work resolving which toString method needs to be called. So we're gonna run it now to verify that it's gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna just create other two products. So give me 1 second. We're just gonna do the same sample data again. Oh. Give me 1 second. Create these. Create these products or DVD. Create this DVD. Sure. I think it was that. Okay. And now we view them again. So it should output the Oppenheimer one, right? Because it was the second one we made. So yeah, it outputs the Oppenheimer one twice, right? And importantly, it outputs the toString. It outputs it with the toString method that we need to use. The correct one, right? The one that we overridden. The overridden toString method is what I'm trying to say. It replaces it with, instead of calling the one from products for the product class. And one last thing, the prompt asked me to go back and erase this. So we'll just delete that now that we've verified the behavior. Yeah, that pretty much clearly demonstrated the behavior difference between the way the JVM interprets declared, or the way the compiler interprets the declared type, and the way the JVM is interpreting a runtime type while the program is running. Yeah, and that exhibits dynamic dispatch / runtime polymorphism. Yep. That's it. Any feedback is much appreciated. Thank you for listening.